Hola, hola everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roxanne. If it's your first time here, then welcome. Today I want to talk to you guys about the series that I am in the middle of and need to catch up on. And there are more of them than I thought. So let's get right into it. So it is now the beginning of March and I am reading some mysteries. And one of them is The Alienist by Caleb Carr. This I am only 20 pages in, but it is out of a but it's part of a series, and so once I finish this I will have to continue, and I only own the first one. So this is one that I am in the middle of the beginning of. A series that I've been reading for a couple years now and absolutely love, and I recently acquired the next one in the series, which is number 4, but I haven't read it yet, and I have to I think there's like maybe one more after that that's been published, and it is The Dublin Murder Squad by Tana, the first of which is In the Woods, and this is a series of companion novels that each one sort of handles a different detective that deal with this murder squad, and I have absolutely adored every single one that I've read so far, and I can't wait to continue. Galileo wants to play with his brown paper right now. A fantasy one that I'm in the middle of is the Kingkiller Chronicles. I recently finished the first, which is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I finished this in January, and the second is out. I don't have it, nor have I read it. The third, it was slated to just be a trilogy, but now I have 4 books at least, plus more an expanded sort of universe that other novels will take place in. So I've only read the first and absolutely loved it, so I have to get the second and read it. I both really want to do that sooner rather than later, but also I know that the next one isn't out yet, and who knows when it'll be. I think people have been waiting for years and years and years, so I just like, do I want to do that to myself right now? I don't know. I am in the middle of The Lord of the Rings, which is not really a series. It is a book that is published in multiple volumes. That is something that the introduction to this actually taught me. But you know, most people, it is multiple books, so I'm gonna keep it in the same category as these, even though I know that about it. I read The Hobbit, and then I started on this and read The Fellowship of the Ring, and have the Two Towers and Return of the King up here, which I hope to get to soon. I am in the middle of, I don't really know what this series is called, by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I think this is another one that this actually ended well on its own. You don't need to continue on with the series if you don't want to. I think it is good. It stands good on its own 2 feet, but there are more books in the series, and I want to continue because I absolutely adored this one. It's one of my favorite books of all time, and so I do have the next one, which actually they don't match. It's The Angel's Game by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I don't know what it's about because I don't want to know what it's about. Then I have read the first of, at least on this cover, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional ones, but there may be more in the series already published, and that is the Mysterious Benedict Society series by Trenton Lee Stewart. This is a middle grade fantasy about these really sort of smart, very clever kids who are trying to save the world. And I absolutely loved this first one. It was one of my favorite reads of last year, I believe, and I can't wait to continue. This actually being made into a series going to Disney Plus, I believe. I have a YA fantasy series that I started many years ago and have only read the first book, and it's the Great Library series. I have the second, and the first is Ink and Bone by Rachel Kane, and this is a YA fantasy where the Library of Alexandria is still around and they control knowledge. So it's really interesting. And I have the second, which is Paper and Fire, and I've had it for years and I haven't got to it yet, unfortunately. A nonfiction series is the memoir trilogy written by Esmeralda Santiago. So it's When I Was Puerto Rican, Almost a Woman, and The Turkish Lover. I don't own The Turkish Lover yet, but I will purchase it and buy it. So I'm 2 books into this one. Better than most of these other ones. I think they're the first one, the like taking the first place for the amount of progress I've made in it is Tana French, but that's about it. Then we have the Farsi. This is book 1 in the Farsi trilogy, which is a trilogy part of like a companionship of trilogies and maybe a quadrilogy. I don't remember how you say that, but so the Robin Hobb's books, I have only read the first, and I actually want to reread it before I continue. So yeah, I love these covers, are my absolute favorite, and you can get these on Book Depository. Then I am currently reading some of the novels in the Detective Lindley series by Elizabeth George. I finished Careless in Red for March Mystery Madness, and I'm gonna go, which I think is like book 13 or something like that. Maybe something else. It's deep in the series. And then one that's even more deep in the series, more recent, is The Punishment She Deserves, which I own and I'm gonna read probably pretty soon, also this month. So I have read 2 in the series, not in order, not 1 or 2, not even the first 10. After I read these 2, I will start from the beginning and go in order. I know, always wants to go to the bathroom when I'm filming. Always. I think it's just because I'm in close proximity to it, and he's like, oh, I have a litter box. I must use it. So how are you all doing? Another series that I am in the middle of is the Mystery of 1920s India. The second of which is the Sadapur Moonstone. I have read the first, which was Widows of Malabar Hill. Really, really enjoyed it. This is an arc of the second one. Once I read it, if I enjoy it as much as I expect to, I will buy a finished copy. And the third one, I believe, comes out this year. So I will be 2 in by the end of this month, hopefully. And then we'll be caught up until the next one comes out. One that I haven't decided whether I'm going to continue on with or not is the Pages & Co. Book Wanderers middle grade fantasy by Anna James. I just finished this one for middle grade March, and I enjoyed it, but I don't know if I want to continue on with it. I don't know if I was enthralled enough to continue on with it. I typically enjoy my middle grade fantasy to be like the longer, chunkier books that are more expansive and grip you more. So that one I'm undecided in. Another is the Winter Night trilogy by Catherine Arden, the first of which is The Parrot and the Nightingale. I read this a few years ago and enjoyed it, but I haven't continued on with the series yet, and I do want to. I want to reread this one and then continue on with the series. There are 3 out. It is a complete series. I just need to finish it. And then one that I haven't started yet, but once I do, I will be in the middle of, is the Veronica Speedwell mystery series. The first of which is A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn. I want to read this month also, and hence once I do, I'll be in the series, but not caught up, which is why I'm making this, to hold myself accountable. March has started me on a lot of series. I think actually because of March, this list was made much longer than it originally was going to be. But hopefully these are all series that I'll be able to finish soon. Definitely I will finish all of the Lord of the Rings this year because I have all of them. I own the second in the Great Library series, so I'll definitely be reading that. I own the Angels game, so I'll definitely be reading that. I want to read everything that I have physically on my shelves. For the rest of these, I have to purchase, which I'm trying not to do. So you see my little dilemma here. As always, thank you for watching and for listening. I love you all very much. Let me know if you finished any of these and what you thought. Yeah, thank you for watching.